What's good, everybody? It's your UncleSamsReject here, and welcome back to the channel, boys. And today we are back, and we are officially finished with season number 1 of the UNLV AD series, boys. It is in the books, and I am so excited. I'm so proud of what the squads put out here on the field, their respective fields, and I'm proud of myself, boys, because I set out a goal to do 20 to 25 episodes per season, and I went ahead and got that done to the T. This is episode number 25, but I did make one mistake. I've already recorded this episode, but I had my mic muted. But you know, instead of recording it again or doing just a regular post-com, we're going to do this a pretty ghetto way. You know what I mean? I got it pulled up behind me. The video already recorded. I'm blocking out my old face cam, and we're going to do a new face cam, and we're just going to scrub through the video, and we're going to talk over everything that way. Now, first things first, what we did do, boys, even though Tate Martell had a pretty great season with us last year, he made our offense go. The times he went down, we were unable to really do anything on the field. But since Tate Martell decided to retire from football IRL, we went ahead and cut him and made that a reality and made that happen, because I kind of want this to be as realistic as possible, even though we're going to have some fun along the way. Now, with that news, that's going to name Doug Brumfield our starter. 88 overall, 67 speed. He's got 84 spin, 84 juke, 66 carry. He's going to run pretty well, even though he's not the fastest. 86 throw power, 78 throw accuracy. Since Jay Rodgers is a senior, we're going to go ahead and rock out with Doug Brumfield because he's a redshirt sophomore, so we can really build something with him. Now, we did lose Charles Williams, so Chad Magyar is supposed to be like our next starter, but we're going to go ahead and go with the true freshman Darren Jackson. Now, don't trip, his name won't be Darren Jackson for long. Remember, I asked you guys to put your info for all the recruits coming into this next season. One of you guys out there are going to become Darren Jackson. And we welcome back wide receiver Kyle Williams. 94 overall, 86 speed. He had a great year as just a true sophomore last year. He's an impact player. 53 catches, 897 yards, 17 yards a catch, 4 touchdowns. Steve Jenkins comes back. Jordan Jakes and Zyell Griffin. We're going to go ahead and move Zyell Griffin from the 4 spot to the slot, just because we already know what we get out of him. Then we're going to be having our new starting tight end, Kaleo Bullingay. 76 overall, but just a 61 speed. If that doesn't work the way we want it to work, we will make the change, and we will go with Brian Lyon. After that, then we got an 80 overall left tackle, 76 overall left guard. We got a 79 overall center in Lee Fatanu. We got a 77 overall right guard. And then when we move over to the right tackle position, we got Tiger Shanks. Left end, we got Aaron Dawson, the true freshman. Remember, that's going to be one of you guys. 78 overall, 77 speed. Tim Mosley's going to be starting on the other side of that. We got Nakai Fahini starting at D tackle, along with Nick Demetris. Left outside linebacker, we got Brennan Scott. At middle linebacker, we welcome back Jacoby Windman, and then we're also going to have Bell in at left outside linebacker. Windman, man, played great last year. 46 tackles, 5 for loss. LaShawn Bell, this is going to be his first year starting. Adam Plant, we welcome him back. 81 overall, 77 speed. Look for him to have a very, very impactful senior season, coming back to be a starter on this squad. Then we bring back at corner Noah Williams, Jeremiah Houston, Cameron Oliver, and then we got Blanton down there, and Ricky Johnson's going to be starting at safety. And then at strong safety, we have Phillip Hill and Tyson Player. Then at kicker, one of you guys are going to be the kicker, 60 overall. And then at punter, we got Charlton Butt. Now, with recruiting this season, I decided to do something just a little bit differently, boys. Instead of just going on a wild west, wild goose hunt, I want to recruit kind of real life to how a school like UNLV will recruit. Unless you're like the Floridas, the Alabamas, or one of those bigger name schools, you have to usually stay within your pipeline to welcome in players into your program. And we're going to exercise that here for the rest of the series. We only need a quarterback this year, a D tackle, and a free safety. Everywhere else, you know, we recruit, we want to make sure somebody can help us within their first 2 years on campus. Now, guys, our board is full. We got our 20 players on there. I don't like to fill out the full 35. As you see there, we found a bust. Scott McKinley is the only quarterback that's going to remain on our list. Now, we're going to slowly but surely scrub through everyone else and see what it is they can bring to the table. Take a look at Tommy Gibson. He's going to be a +8. We get a +3 in Brian Fontenot. Rick Jackson stays still at a 50. Not a good thing, not a bad thing. At least we know he's actually true to his talent. Ricky Bowling doesn't change at all. Josh May does go down -3, but he's still a good help to our school. Michael Ford, -7. He's a bust. We're going to go ahead and get him up out of here. Brad Mooney, 85 speed. Then take a look at Jason Williams. His accel is pretty slow, but 95 speed is definitely not something you could just scoff at when you're a smaller school such as us. And we're going over the rest of the guys here. We got some +2s. We got some -2s, -3s, +4s. No gems. We did find 2 busts, so that does help us, but we could have found that diamond in the rough, that gem that I hope that we could find throughout the course of the season. That would help our program tremendously. Now we're moving on to redshirting players, boys. I don't try to redshirt a bunch of people, just because a lot of people don't redshirt. But when you got guys like this who aren't going to play, you got Rocky Green, 65 overall receiver. He does have 93 speed. He's literally the fastest receiver on our squad right now, but he's not going to get any playing time. I don't want to waste a year of eligibility that he has. Same thing with Brandon Rutledge here. Both of those guys are going to be solid parts of our receiving core moving forward as this series goes along, as we try to get this football team to be what we want it to be. And another reason why we're changing recruiting, how we're recruiting, this is an AD series, and we want to gradually make every team a little bit better, right? So we don't want the football team to be winning natty after natty after natty while the basketball team is struggling and while the baseball team is struggling, because our baseball team is going to have the hardest time when it comes to winning because of how the recruiting is on that game, and just because it's one of the harder games to play. Basketball, we're going to see, because I think our recruiting class year 2 isn't going to be as strong as year 1, as you guys are going to see later on in this video. But we're just going through, selecting guys we want to redshirt, guys we want to have around long term, guys we feel like can make an impact. But you only get 4 years of eligibility, and if you waste one of those years sitting on the bench, or even 2 of those years sitting on the bench, I can only use you for 2 years. Now take a look at our schedule here for season 2. We're going to be opening up with Arizona on the road. Then we're going to have a bye. Then we're going to be at UCLA, going to LA. Then we come back home. We welcome in UW. Then we're going to have our first conference game of the season versus Air Force. Then we're going back on the road to Chapel Hill to take on UNC. Then we're going to beautiful Hawaii to take on the Rainbow Warriors, to New Mexico, a bye, Utah State, Fresno State, Nevada, San Jose State, San Diego State, and hopefully back-to-back trips to that conference championship week. Our 2 first-team all-conference guys are going to be Noah Williams and Phillip Hill. Both of those guys played great last year. And our second-team guys are going to be Jeremiah Houston and Jacoby Windman. Now, preseason top 25, boys, we scroll all the way down. We are top 50, number 45. We're at 83 overall, 84 offense, 80 defense. Our defense continues to say that it's the worst part of our team, but it's won us a ton of games, dating back to last season. I expect more of the same. But when it comes to conference outlook, we expect us to finish first in our division as well as first in the conference. So that definitely feels good to know that people believe in us. Now, here in the 4-year outlook of championship contenders, they have us 45, 55, 42, 63. Of course, we're going to look to prove some people wrong, but they're going based off of what we have on our squad and the type of recruits we've been able to bring in, over the last few years. So things can change rather quickly in college football, especially with the NIL deals. Maybe we can get some bigger name athletes to come to our school. Now, checking in here again with the basketball team. Remember our last game, we lost in the second round of March Madness, 77-71 to Michigan. It was a hard-fought game. Definitely thought we had a chance to win, but Michigan shot out of their minds. We're going to go ahead and simulate here and take a look at who's going to win the national championship. So the University of Texas Longhorns are going to be this season's college basketball champions. I'm pretty sure they beat Marquette in the college basketball championship. It was a hell of a tournament, but I think Texas, it was just one of those years where they had their eyes on the prize and they refused to be beat. Now here we are officially in the offseason, boys. Verbal agreements. Kevin Cummings ends up being a 5-star McDonald's All-American. He ends up being a blue chipper, ESPN Top 100, All-State, and Mr. Basketball of the state of California. And then we take a look at our big man, Ty Pastel. He started off a little bit higher on the list than Cummings, but Cummings played his way up to the spot, number 2 at his position, number 14 overall. Take a look at Pastel, 7'1", 9 in his position, 81 overall. So both, ESPN Top 100 guys, both All-State, but Pastel did not win Mr. Basketball in his state of Delaware. And here's another thing that surprised me and made me wish that I would have done the basketball all season before the football all season, boys. We actually get extended an offer to replace Washington State to join the Pac-10 this next upcoming season. So what will happen is, boys, the basketball team will move this year, And then after our second season, the football team will, as long as they win the conference championship, will move up to the Pac-12 to replace Washington State as football as well. But the baseball team will stay put in the Mountain West Conference. Take a look at players leaving here, boys. We're going to say goodbye to our big man, Piet Young, 76 overall. Love the way he played. Love what he brought to the table here for us this season. He was injured for a good part of the season, and we felt that injury as we missed his dominance inside. We missed his shot block. We missed his defense. And then we're also going to be losing one of our guards to transfer, Marvin Coleman. We're not even going to try to talk him into staying. Now, here at Offseason Recruiting, boys, we were able to have one more scholarship become available. We also lost one of our big men, so we want to go ahead and replace that. And our top guy that we want to go after is John Cotton, 6'11", Mr. Basketball out of Montana, all-state. Probably going to be the best guy, out of the three who are really, really interested in us. 29 in his position, 144th nationally. But we're not going to put all our eggs in one basket. We're going to go ahead and recruit Yura, and we're going to go ahead and recruit Ware. But when it comes time to offering those scholarships, we're only going to offer that scholarship to John Cotton. Now, it's that time, boys. It is time for us to visit John Cotton. It's time for us to sit in his living room, look his parents in the eyes, and tell them how much we want their son to come play for us. He's expressed for us that he wants to go pro after 1 year. Hopefully he chooses to stay. But, we're not going to let one and dones deter us from going after the best available recruits we could bring to our program down here in Vegas to help us be great. He has great athleticism. He's going to be a great defensive rebounder. And with that, he should probably become a great shot blocker as well. Probably going to be replacing Young, but he's probably going to be coming off the bench, to come, spell Pastel. And as long as as long as Moses Wood plays well this year like we expect him to, he shouldn't lose his spot. But if he does choose to not play well, we will put two freshmen at the bigs and let Moses Wood come off of the bench. All right, boys, we offered John Cotton, and he does sign with us. Yura goes ahead and signs with Boston College. Ware is still undecided where he's going to play his college ball next winter. But, we got our guy, boys. We went hard after him. We made a decision, and we made it happen. So take a look at our official signings here, man. Cummings is going to be a 78 overall. Pastel is going to be a 76 overall. We still don't know what Cotton is going to be yet as a C+. But with this recruiting class, we have a top 3 recruiting class in our conference, and we have a top 20 recruiting class in the nation at number 19. So take a look here in the Pac-10, boys. Only Arizona and Stanford are above us. We bring in 1 5-star, 1 4-star, 1 3-star. And then here in the whole entire country, we're behind Clemson, Louisville, Duke, and a whole heap of other schools. But for us to have a top 20 recruiting class in just our first year with this program, I'm extremely psyched. Now get ready for season number 2, boys. We are offered an invite to the NIT season tip-off tournament. We're going to accept it, boys. We're putting everybody on notice. Let them know what we did last season isn't a fluke. We're bringing back one of the best scorers in the nation in Bryce Hamilton. We're bringing back a good core of our starters. We are going to have 2 freshmen starting, but David Jenkins is just going to be coming off of the bench. So is Nick Blake. Moses Wood is still there. Bryce, like we said, is still there. Caleb Grill is still going to be starting as well. Now, coming into the season recruiting, boys, we're not going to have as much luck recruiting a higher caliber players as we did last year unless these guys play their way, to raise their stars. But we do need a small forward and we need a power forward. But Richard Brooks seems to be the guy who's most intrigued in us from Prince and Maryland. Then we also got Chris Combs from San Juan, Canada. Sounds kind of crazy to me. It threw me off. But then we got John Holmes out of LA, Los Angeles, California. B+ defense, C offense. Probably makes Brooks a little bit of a better candidate when it comes to that. But we definitely need defensive guys. Then we got Joke Bunch out of South Carolina. Roy Calloway is going to be a 6'10" big man, out of New Mexico. And then we're also looking at Richard Manning, the big power forward out of Colorado. And then moving back over to the Diamond Boys, this is the quickest of the off seasons. Kevin Riley is going to graduate. We're going to lose Forrest Levison to transfer. Burkett, unfortunately, is graduating. Tough way to end his season, getting injured. We're going to be losing our best hitter on the team, Miles Denson. We're losing our pitcher in Joe Head. We're going to be losing Joe Webb. And then we're going to be losing another pitcher in Robles. Now, take a look at player progression. Sherrick, right fielder / utility guy, got better. Dane Geyer got worse. Buckley gets better. He didn't really see the field. Seward gets worse. Gaines gets better. Trapani gets better. Walsall gets better. So some of our bigger name guys get better. Wilbrook gets better. Lundahl gets better. Lundahl, however you say his name. Also, we were lucky, boys, because Jack Thomas Wald is going to be staying with the program. IRL, he was drafted after his junior season. He did sign a professional baseball contract because IRL, he was one of the best hitters in the nation coming in, you know, at the end of the season. But then also one of our pitchers, and Pat Curry, gets a little bit worse this offseason, which doesn't make sense when he led our team in wins when it came to pitching. So I'm really not sure what's going on there. He did get hit around his last game, but that shouldn't have much effect on his overall performance on the year, right? Take a look at recruiting, boys. We went really, really hard for Jason Hamarami, who's also going to be replaced by one of you guys. We were able to get Amos Pena. We have a few transfers coming in from Nebraska, USF, and USC. But other than that, man, a lot of the other recruits that we went after, boys, they opted to sign somewhere else. They're going to reject playing for our squad. That's all good. It is what it is, man. I really wanted to get Vieira in the pitch. I wanted to get Kotze for third base, and I definitely wanted to get Griffey to play center field, because now you guys are going to see we do not have a fast center fielder like we had in Burkett. I'm going to have to move some things around. Maybe one of our middle infielders are going to be able to move out to center field for us and help man down, you know, the fort out there and make some plays. I will trust my middle infielders way more than I would trust my corner outfielders to play center field, just because they're used to taking angles and they're used to patrolling a whole entire field, and they're used to, you know, taking control and letting everybody knows what needs to be done out there. So with the guys we bring to the squad, man, 2 of the 3 transfers we brought in suggested, you know, well, not suggested, demanded that they start year 1 and that they get 100% scholarships. If you guys didn't know, man, when it comes to baseball players rarely ever get 100% full rides to college. A lot of baseball players do have to pay some sort of money, some sort of tuition to go to school, man, unless you're just absolutely that dude and then want to stop you from getting drafted. But we didn't have a choice, man, because the guys that are coming in that wanted 100%, one is a DH, so we need more bats because our hitting was absolutely terrible last season. And then we're welcoming in a big-time arm and a big-time starter, 83 overall, who we pretty much look to anchor, you know what I mean, our pitching staff, if not, you know, help complement what we already have. And when it comes here to new staff hiring, we do not earn a new hitting coach. We do earn a new pitching coach, and we do earn a new conditioning coach. Everything else we'll just have to wait on a little bit longer before we can bring. So you see here the trainer, we do move up to a level 1 trainer, which is, you know, not bad. So, you know, we are hitting some of our goals, even though we did underachieve a little bit this season. I mean, well, we might have overachieved, but we didn't achieve as well as we wanted to. And that's pretty much it for the offseason when it comes to baseball, boys. You know what I'm saying? So season 1 is officially in the books for our UNLV AD series, boys. Definitely looking forward to what season 2 is going to bring. I expect the football team to play for an even better bowl, finish higher in the nation. I expect the basketball team, you know, even though we're in a tougher conference, I expect us to still find our way in March Madness once again. Hopefully we can make a little bit of a deeper push. I mean, let's say maybe a Sweet 16 or an Elite 8, or hell, maybe even a Final 4. We will need a lot of things to go right, because we're returning a lot of good players in every single sport, especially with basketball, man, bringing in Bryce Hamilton, who I felt like if we stayed in the Mountain West was probably going to win Mountain West Player of the Year. But now we're setting our goals for new heights, boys. We're going to try to be the Pac-10 Player of the Year and hopefully be a top 25 school there. We do lose our starting quarterback in Tate Martell on the gridiron, but I believe in my guy, Doug Brumfield. I'm going to give him a nickname right now, Dougie Fresh. And if you guys don't know who he is on TikTok, your girl's favorite QB, he said he should have been a starter. Now he's going to get his chance with Tate Martell going. And the baseball team, we need Jesus, bro. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and are excited for season 2. If you did, time to smash that like button. Hit me up in the comment section below. Subscribe if you are new. It's your boy, Uncle Sam's Reject, RKGames.com. I'm out of here.
Niggas want me to lose, but I can't. I've been stacking this shit to the ceiling. Know some niggas with bodies, and it ain't no probably. We never speak on them killers. Everybody on my block gon' get them some money. It's only a couple of drillers. I've been fucking them hoes, man. Them bitches ain't nobody.